Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Rakdos Phoenix deck in Thomas format. So I want to take a look at this deck for a bit now. This deck comes from SV Good, and they have gone 7-0 with this deck in the metagame challenge. And even though I played a Rakdos Phoenix deck before, but this one's doing things a little bit different, so I decided to take a look at it today. So basically, the gist of this deck is to get the LAKEY Phoenix out on turn 1 or 2. The way you do that is to play 2 copies of Dark Ritual into Buried Alive, and voila, you played 3 copies of Instant Speed and or Sorcery Spell, and then you can put 3 copies of LAKEY Phoenix that you just put into the graveyard with the Buried Alive onto the battlefield, dealing 9 damage on turn 1. Alternatively, you could also go Strike It Rich into a Dark Ritual to a Buried Alive, and that is going to also net you 3 Phoenixes onto the battlefield. Or you can even go Dark Ritual into Buried Alive, putting the Phoenixes into the graveyard, and casting a copy of a Surgical Extraction. We're only playing 1 copy of Surgical Extraction in the main deck, and you can also get the LAKEY Phoenix down on the battlefield, just like that. And lastly, you can go Dark Ritual into Dark Ritual, that is 5 mana, spend 2 mana on the Demonic Tutor into Buried Alive, that'll also net you an LAKEY Phoenix as well. So that is going to be the game 1 plan. Now opponent knows what we're playing. Now we have to respond to opponent's graveyard hates, especially the Surgical. If opponent plays a Surgical, that can become pretty tricky. Luckily, the Grief here can take away the Surgical, clearing the way for the Buried Alive combo into Phoenix. So Grief is going to be very, very important in this deck as a result. But let's say opponent has things like Rest in Peace or Leyline of the Void. Well, we have these 3 copies in the sideboard called the Creation of Avixen, which is a Saga that can tutor for an Aatroxa that is in the deck. So even if the LAKEY Phoenix does get shut down, this is going to be our plan 2 to win the game. We have the Aatroxa and the Grief to fight through opponent's graveyard hates. So honestly, I'm very excited to try this deck out. So having said that, I'll be hopping over to some Thomas Weasel 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Alright. This hand is honestly whatever, but I mean, we do have Faithless Looting. We'll see. Not very excited about this hand, but who knows, right? Who knows? If one of these were actually Buried Alive, we could get the Phoenix out here immediately by Strike It Rich into Dark Ritual. But it might be wrong to not mulligan when you have with this deck. I just want to try it out with these Faithless Lootings. So yeah. Okay. Double Bolt. I think I'll keep one of the bolts. Jund. Assemble the team. Jund assemble the team. What am I looking at here? Thoughtseize. It might take away the Faithless Looting. Assemble the team in Jund, huh? Very peculiar. Okay, so next turn I can go land, Dark Ritual, 5 mana into Demonic Tutor, Buried Alive. Aw, they're gonna take Reanimate and reanimate our Aatroxa. That's not good. Yeah, that's really bad. Maybe I should have actually Strike It Rich. Nah, that's still 6 damage. So we see their deck now. It's a sneak attack deck. So even if we... Yeah, this is a bit problematic, isn't it? I don't think we can win. Even if we bolt the Phoenix, our own Phoenix, that's only 6 damage. Okay, that was unfortunate. What happened there? They had 2 tutors. Opponent plays 2 tutors. Okay. I feel like in this matchup, you just go as fast as possible. I'll cut the 2 bolts. I'll just go with this. Tempting, but I think I'm gonna mulligan. So we need to keep one of the reanimates. When you cast a spell... Oh, they also have a reanimate. Don't we just reanimate the discard and win the game? At least that's what I think. Because it has an Annihilator too, right? Yeah. Okay, so they're more of a Reanimator deck than I thought. I thought they just had 1 copy of Reanimate. We might want more Surgical. I don't think I want Leyline. I'll take out the Lightning Bolt. Okay, let's try this. Well, we have Grief again. I think I'm gonna keep this. This could backfire if they, like, reanimate this Grief. Like, Thought Season to reanimate our Grief. That could be really, really bad for me. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. Oof. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Looks like they also have a Surgical on top of it. Seems like. Do I want to waste this Strike It Rich? I can go Wishclaw Talisman, get a Reanimate, maybe. Oh, it seems like they have a Surgical. Huh. Yeah, it seems like opponent has a Surgical. Interesting. So, I guess we're going to Wishclaw Talisman, grab a Grief, and then not that after all. Maybe that's gonna be the plan here. Since they have a Surgical. Opponent wishes they actually play the Surgical out. Oh, they didn't have a Surgical. Wait, what is this? Opponent! Just Grief. I mean, I guess we just grab the Atroxa. Is that the best card? We don't want to... Actually, if they reanimate this, I think they're gonna die. Because I'm already hitting them for 11 damage here. We have a Dark Ritual. Demonic Tutor. And then get the Phoenixes out. Next turn. I wonder why they waited. Even if they attack with the Breaker of Creation with yeah, that's not really gonna do it. They can get my, you know, Demonic Tutor though, but opponent's dead on board, so... Yeah, this was actually a close game because I kind of threw the first game. Alright, GG's. Phoenix didn't even see the light of day. We just won through Aatroxa plus Grief. Cool. Hold up. Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. 5 mana. Wishclaw Talisman. That's not enough. But I can combo next turn. Yeah, unfortunately, because this is actually 3 mana, Buried Alive plus Wishclaw Talisman is 6 mana together. And I only have 5 mana there. Dark Confidant. Okay. So let us start the combo. Opponent's playing a pretty peculiar deck. I like it. Blue. Brainstorm, okay. So if opponent gives me back Talisman. Also, the Dark Confidant actually might kill them. So that's also pretty good. Cameo. Into a Brainstorm. That is still 6 damage going in. I guess if they have a Fatal Push... No, even Fatal Push isn't enough because they go to 4.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes. Respect the library.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. Do I want to play Ashiok? Do I want to play Ashok here? Or do I want to play Creation of Avexon? The thing is, they played Deathrise Shaman, so I can't even cut Lightning Bolt, so I don't even know what to cut, to be fair. Yeah. I don't even know. Maybe I'll have Ashok, but they play a lot of creatures as well. If I were to play Ashok, like, what do I even do? Ox? Ox out? Maybe I'll actually cut Reanimate. Oh no, I should have actually cut Not That After All. This hand sucks. This hand also sucks. So, Strike It Rich, Dark Ritual into Buried Alive. That does it. Let's hope they don't have a Thoughtseize.
No,
Okay.
I'm late for class.
Strike It Rich. Dark Ritual. Buried Alive. Pretty insane. The Tameo is kind of annoying because if it transforms, I deal less damage, so... Okay. Very nice. Okay, the deck is kind of insane. 0 land? Oh man. I think I'm gonna mulligan again. Yikes. That is not the vibe. Feels bad. Only keeps it on top. Strike it rich. Yikes. Our hand is very bad. And it continues to be bad. I think opponent's playing show and tell. Oh my god. Help my soul. Bowmaster. Okay, maybe they're just playing Oculus Stag. Yeah, I think opponent's just playing Oculus Stag. I don't see ourselves actually winning this one, to be fair. Like, I just don't see it. We're just so late to the party. They're just gonna keep up a counter spell the whole time. Maybe it's actually just better to not show what we're playing. Because, I mean, like, opponent only saw lands, right? So... yeah. I might try the creation of Avixen. Because it's a Demir deck. Like, Dark Ritualing into a creation of Avixen might actually win me the game. I can see myself going down on not that after all. Yep. Okay. They brought a Harbinger. Wow, they actually have a Spell Pierce, Drown in the Log, and Cling to Dust. Can I beat this? I don't think I can. Because I have a tap land, I can't just reanimate here. So I have to take the reanimate, which means I lose to everything else they have. Wow. That is crazy. I look like a fool by exiling the surgical. Don't I? Right? I look like a complete fool. They might have just lost the game. Unless they like so royally screw up. Like I just don't see ourselves winning this one. Yeah, they had 3 different answers. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, 1 mana, 3 different answers to my grief. My god. It's too good. Yeah, they're playing the Froculus deck. Yeah, they have to so royally screw up. Okay, so I give up. If they counter this, I give up. But if they let this through, maybe you have a chance. Okay. The ultimate bait. Yeah, basically, this needs to carry me home. Can these 3 Phoenixes carry me home? We shall see. Wow. Okay, I don't know if if 2 Phoenixes can carry me home. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Wow, they even have a Stifle. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't think we can win. Not anymore. Like, unless we top deck, like... I don't know. A mountain? Yeah, if I top deck a mountain, maybe. Oh, I guess they can't even play their... Wait, they can't play their drown. Oh my god, how do we win this game? How do we win this one? That is crazy. That bait was crazy good with the reanimate. Okay, so they have a lot of answers to our grief here, which is very, very sad. They also play Stifle. Very, very sad. I might actually need to play Duress because they play so many 1-mana interactions. I might also consider Fury as well because of this Harbinger. That was good. That was good though. Okay, no to the Fury. Let's go. Okay, this one's a no-go. Wow, Ritual? Buried Alive? This one's a bit tough, isn't it? Because if I keep a one-lander, but I would need to draw a land to reanimate. Let's do this and hope that we draw a black card for turn 2 combo. Wow, we should have kept the other one, huh? So opponent plays Stifle. They play Stifle. Do I still want to play this? Let's say they Stifle next turn. I guess I can, like, Grief Reanimate. But they play a lot of 1-mana interactions. I'm just gonna play tap, then pass the turn. Come on, we need to draw a black card for our Grief here. Oh, this is perfect. Come on. Please. Does that do it? Because I have to get rid of a Reanimate. No. I'm gonna bait out a Stifle. No Stifles. Where's our black cards? Okay, I think I just go for it, man. Yeah, I just go for it. Okay, we got the 3 Phoenixes out. It's still not over. They're pretty healthy, as you can see. Honestly, I don't like our chances. So, we'll see. Yeah, that's the card. That's the problematic card. I didn't want to see that. I think we still attack. So they take 6 damage. I'm gonna keep the Strike It Rich, like, in case we get, like, a way to reanimate all the Phoenixes together. Oh, they had an Unearthed. So good. Yeah, if only we had Reanimate, right? If only we had Reanimate. That would have been it, right? If only we just drew one black card, we would have won the game. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, we just needed one black card and we would have won this game. Also, I regret not playing this card. Not like this. I just played this out because I wanted this to be untapped next turn instead of the Black Cleave, you know? Now we're drawing all the black cards, which we needed for our grief earlier. Right? Feels bad, man. Alright. GG's. It came down to one card. Wow. We don't want these phoenixes in our hand. Man, that last game. I'm still kind of upset by it. Yep. Not that after all. Dread Horde Arcanist. Excuse me? Okay, 2 phoenixes in. Buried alive at this point doesn't really do anything. What? Huh? Well, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna have Phoenix with Loris? Are you gonna cheat? What is this? I can technically try to get the phoenixes out here. I'm gonna try to. That's insane. Too bad we have to actually reanimate the Phoenix though, which is funny, right? But if all they got is Fatal Push, I'm okay. Ooh, it's a Lightning Bolt. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. A Lightning Bolt. Wait. Opponent, what are you doing? Why didn't they just Lightning Bolt the Phoenix? Oh, that's because they're gonna top deck an Unholy Heat. Right. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. So opponent's deck plays a lot of removal spells that can answer Phoenix. Alright, GG's. Actually, I'm gonna stay for one more turn because we can get something like... what can we even get, actually? I don't think there's a single card that actually gets me out of this, right? Even if you get a Wishclaw Talisman, that doesn't really do anything. It has to be like... Even an Ox doesn't really do it. It has to be like Faithless Looting into Ox. Yeah, I think it has to be like Faithless Looting into an Ox. Some crazy shenanigan like that. Nope. Well, I mean... That was unfortunate. Yeah, I would say that was incredibly unfortunate. I'm gonna cut 2 Not Dead After All. I think I'm just gonna cut all the Not Dead After Alls. Okay. This hand isn't like too amazing. Like, I'm not a fan of it. But it's got some stuff, so I just decided to keep it. Damping Sphere. Okay, so I have to take Surgical. Into... I think we just take the Bowmaster. Call it a day. Wow. That's insane. I mean, talk about luck. Okay. So they play Surgical, huh? So I'm gonna keep this because of the Surgical. Do I want Leyline or Ashiok? Like, it might be wrong because they have, like, Unholy Heat and stuff, but, I mean, it could work. I think I'm gonna cut Ox. And I think I might even cut a Grief. Let's actually cut Wishclaw Talisman. I want to see the Avexen once. Can we see an Avexen once? Okay, I mean, there is the Avexen there, but we don't have anything play along with it. I'll keep it. Since this is game 3. I don't want to get, like, super punished by opponent having, like, Surgicals and stuff. Grief. It's something I can play next turn. Which is something I like. But I think I'm just hoping to draw into Dark Ritual. There we go. So I think I just want to go Creation of Avexen. And then I want to go Ashiok next turn when they have more cards in the yard. Because it looks like they're like hoping to like surgical and stuff like that, so like what are they trying to do here? Yeah, like look. They're super heavy on hate cards at the moment, so I'm really glad that I brought this in, by the way. Otherwise, like, we would have just lost this game, right? I don't know if I want to take damage, even with this fetch land. Am I crazy in thinking that? Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, maybe I'm crazy.
Welcome to my world of magic. This is my masterpiece.
So they can't use fetch cards at the moment, which is good. They kept whatever was on top. Oh man, it's not a fetch land. What a scam. Well, at least opponent's playing Thoughtseize here, so that's good for me. So they're gonna take away honestly, my hand's kind of bad. There's nothing really to take. I guess they can take Buried Alive or Dark Ritual. Okay, I'm definitely taking the grief here. Reanimate. Well, if I gain life, it's good. Question is, am I gonna be gaining life? That's the question. Well, I do have a grief, so maybe I'm gonna be able to gain life. But they have a hearse, actually. No. That would have been actually a terrible idea. Yeah, that actually would have been a terrible idea. Okay, there's another bolt. Take away the Bowmaster.
Behold my epilogue of fear.
And, okay. We won the game. So, 4 games, lost only 1 game to a very disastrous turn where we didn't draw a black card. Okay, so, I took a look at this deck. We went 3-1, and this deck is from SV Good. And the deck obviously seems pretty great. This deck did go 7-0 in the metagame challenge, so that's why I decided to take a look at it today. It was good, and it was also pretty fun. There's a lot of thinking involved. Sometimes it's kind of brain dead to just double Dark Ritual into Buried Alive, or Strike It Rich into Dark Ritual into Buried Alive, things like that, but especially against some interactive decks, it can get a little bit dicey, so you're gonna have to like sequence things perfectly in order to win, which is probably where most of your fun's gonna come from. And the deck is relatively simple, but I think the mulliganing and sideboarding is going to be the hardest part about this deck, because obviously if you just want to look for a Dark Ritual into Buried Alive, things like that, like that's something you can do to set up an Arc-like Phoenix on turn 1, but you also kind of need to think about like what to draw and what are your potential outs, things like that, against some of the decks you're facing. So that's probably where the challenge is going to come from, to playing around like surgicals and stuff like that, hearses, right? So a lot of Graveyard Hates, you can sideboard in some Creation of Abexen, and you can cut either Reanimates or Not Dead After All. And you can also trim some Wishclaw Talisman as well. That's something you can do. Against like relatively like heavy combo decks, you can also kind of trim some Lightning Bolt, but if you want some reach, like you probably want to keep this. Or you can also cut like Ox of Agonos versus something like a Show and Tell, because this is never going to come out, right? Against a Show and Tell deck, since the game's going to be over pretty soon. So things like that. I think the sideboard is pretty well thought out. Except for maybe the Leyline of the Void. The 2 copies of Leyline of the Void seems kind of random. I've seen 1 copy of Leyline Void in the sideboard. I've seen 3 and 4, but I've never seen 2 of. And it does kind of seem random, but I can kind of see it because if you draw into it, you can just use it to the grief, or, you know, and if you have it in your hand, you can put it down on the battlefield, so that's always nice. But honestly, currently, I don't know if there's any deck that really requires Leyline of the Void, because it is a pretty heavy investment. Also, another thing this deck could do is have a copy of a Balustrade Spy. Yeah, instead of this 2 random copies of Leyline of the Void, I just keep 1 copy of Leyline of the Void for like situations I described before, and have a copy of a Balustrade Spy as something that you can tutor for with Wishclaw Talisman and Demonic Tutor, and just win the game by Dark Ritualing into it, right? So I think that's a lot better, in my opinion. But yeah, I have actually played this Rakdos Arclight Phoenix before, but the difference here is that this deck actually plays like Aatroxa, which is cool. So you have like plan 2 going on with the Creation of Abexen in game 2 and 3. And this deck is also relying much heavily on the Grief than the version that I played, with some copies of Not That After All as well. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.